cook should know how to make a respectable pastry crust dough for pies and quiches and tarts. And I think in the old way, when you did it all by hand, your hands were hot and it took a long time and the pastry got sticky and it turned out like cardboard. But I think if you use one of these machines, in this method, it's going to work out very well. The first thing is measuring the flour. This is all-purpose flour, and if you use unbleached flour, you're going to have a tenderer crust. There's 1 cup, and notice how I measure, and I'm dipping the cup into the flour, sweeping it off level. These are dry measure cups. These are very important because you want to get your measurements accurate. So there's 3 cups of all-purpose flour. Now here's another thing for tenderness, which is cake flour. That's plain bleached cake flour. I want 1/2 cup of that, because that's a soft flour, and that's going to make for a tenderer crust. And now we have a very important thing is chilled butter. 2½ sticks, 10 ounces of chilled butter cut into small pieces. And I have 4 tablespoons of chilled white vegetable shortening. That is again for tenderness. And half a teaspoon of salt. And a big pinch, that's about 1/8 of a teaspoon of sugar, and that will help brown the crust. And then on goes the machine, top, and you just want to mix the flour and butter together with little pulses. That was 6 pulses. And now we have the water, and this is going to be, I'm going to start with 2/3 cup of iced water, and again I'm going to pulse it in. Tum. That's 1/3 cup, 2/3 cup. Now take a look at it. I just want it to begin to mass. I don't want it to form a ball. That's about 3 more tablespoons of water. And now out it comes, and this is going to be the part that's called the great smear. See, that's very rough looking now, but if I hold it in my fist, it holds together. So that looks very sort of rough and weird. That's just the way I want it. So I press it together with my hands, and now with the heel of my hand, not the palm, because the heel is not hot, I push it out into a 6-inch smear. And this acts as the final blending of fat and flour. And then gather this together in a cake. And then it must kind of rehydrate itself and rest for at least 2 hours before you form it. And that's going to be chilled in the refrigerator, wrapped in plastic.